4:30 a.m., the morning of day 4. Unfortunately, we have to leave the hospitality of Kalen and the unique Smoky Bar store, as day 4 is a deceivingly long day. In fact, in our 2020 attempt, we didn't get to Chalice until nearly midnight, and that starts a snowball effect that's hard to recover from while on the tour. So leaving the Smoky Bar store, you immediately pick up the Paradise Peak Trail. The Paradise Peak Trail is a technical single track about 12 miles long that takes you up to the top of the pass and challenge point 1, the Paradise Peak Pass. We got to the top of the pass just before daybreak.
Smoky Bar store. Sleep is overrated. Alright, here we are, morning of day 4. Just left Smoky Bar immediately. Right on the single track. Damn, I'm hot already. go.
Next, it was on to the second challenge point of the day, the salmon headwaters. So from Paradise Peak Pass, we would descend down the mountain, still on the Paradise Creek Trail. And again, this section of Paradise Creek Trail was quite technical. At the bottom, we made a right turn onto the west fork of the Big Smoky. We were on this trail just for a short bit before making the left turn onto one of my favorite trails of the tour, Mule Creek. Mule Creek is fast and flowing and very scenic. Both times I've been on this trail, I've got to see the sunrise, and it's quite a sight.
Okay, we're descending down from the Paradise Peak Challenge point. Mule Creek. peak, right over there we came down this one. All the way down that.
Now we would descend off of the mountain, continuing on the Mule Creek Trail. The Mule Creek Trail descent is every bit, if not better, than the ascent. Once at the bottom, you pick up the Salmon River Road. You take the Salmon River Road, eventually crossing Highway 75. It's at this point you have the option to go to Smiley Creek Lodge for food or gas. We had took that option last year, but wasted entirely too much time, so we passed on that decision this year. Now you take a series of ATV trails. Although two-track, they are quite fun in this area, before you finally get to the trailhead for the single-track Grand Prize, the Grand Prize Trail. The Grand Prize Trail was just awesome, as there was more moisture there than we had experienced so far on the tour.
Alright, we just got our second challenge point, Salmon Headwaters. Now we're descending down to Smiley Creek. really fun. And that's a pretty good time. About to hit the Grand Prize Gulch Trail. Alright, we're cruising along the Grand Prize Gulch Trail. And our next CP is the Grand Prize Gulch CP. Grand Prize Gulch Trail. Pretty fun so far.
The next objective was the Castle Merriam view, so we would gladly continue down Grand Prize Gulch Trail as we were having such a good time. And although we hadn't really considered it, the Grand Prize Gulch Trail comes out at the Bowery Trailhead and the start of the 4DB bonus section. So just like on day 3, we decided we'd just go up it a little ways to see if there was evidence, to see if it had been ridden. And then the next thing I know, we're cresting the peak. It's quite a steep ascent and a much steeper descent down to Germania Creek. In fact, had it not been clear on our descent, we would have been in trouble. But it was clear, and we made it down to Germania Creek and took the right turn to head back to the nominal route. Germania Creek in itself, although being listed as an alternate, is quite technical. In fact, there were a couple of creek crossings that were quite deep, and this was a very light snowfall year in very dry conditions. So I would probably not recommend this bonus section to any aspiring teams in a heavy snowfall year. Once we completed the bonus section, we hit the main road and then took the left turn onto Little Boulder Creek. As we started up Little Boulder Creek, we actually got stopped by Forest Service on horseback, just simply checking to see that we had our Idaho off-road stickers, and then later got stopped by a herd of pack goats, which I had never seen. It was quite entertaining. And then we stopped at the next stop was the bonus, or the challenge point, Castle Merriam View.
for the first bonus on day 4. I think there's 3. This bonus was on here last year, but nobody has done it. It's only 4.3 miles, and then it intersects with the main alternate trail. So we thought we'd check it out. It looks to be ridden. I mean, there's tracks on it. So we're checking it out. We both feel better now than we probably will tonight. So we thought it'd be worth picking this point up, and then we could maybe skip that out and back, which we know is gonna, it's 26 miles, so it's gonna take at least an hour. So we're checking this one out. We're almost to the 4DB too. I mean, we definitely got some climbing to do, but so far, nothing worrying me yet. You? That's for sure. But no rocks makes it really not bad so far. Huh? Oh yeah, we're finishing this dude one way or another now. Well, straight up, pretty well straight back down. working up a good sweat. Of the day 4 bonus, and now we're just transitioning over to the alternate, which then transitions back to the nominal route. Well, that looks kind of deep. No? Alright. Woo! Bit of a rock slide. Oh shit. I just gotta hit it. Yeah, I've got it now. That's cool. But it was fun. That's the most technical thing I think we've done in Idaho altogether. We just turned off the road and now we're on little boulder, big boulder, headed up the Castle Main Butte, which I think is our next stop.
Leaving Castle Merriam View, it would just be a short ride to the next challenge point location, which was Little Boulder, Big Boulder Pass. We'd make the right turn onto Livingston Mill Castle Divide Trail, go past Frog Lake, and then climb up to the top of the pass.
There's the creek crossing. Right here between these trees. Yeah, right there.
Now we would start our descent down the mountain, continuing on the Livingston Mill Castle Divide Trail. The trail is particularly fun, and you can't help but want to wick it up. However, it is also a very popular area with hikers, so you really need to be careful on the trail in this area. After making the descent to the bottom, you pick up Livingston Mine Road and start the long ascent back up. Once you get to the top, you hang a left, and it's just a short ways to the overlook.
Alright, now we're done with our Little Boulder, Big Boulder challenge point. Now we're headed down to Livingston Mill. This trail's pretty fun over here. Pretty popular too, so you gotta watch for people. Hikers. How's it going? I got one more behind me. One more. Thank you. Have a good day. One more behind me. descend off a big boulder, little boulder. Up ahead's the Livingston Mill. Lots of hikers on this trail. There's Livingston Mill in front of us. Yep, still got the trunk on the roof. Got one more. Alright, this is Railroad Ridge. Tour high point, 10,500 feet.
The next objective would be Thompson Cinnabar Meadow, challenge point 7 for the day. However, first we would make an intermediate stop at Sawmill Station for gas and lunch. So we would descend from Railroad Ridge down the French Creek Trail to Highway 75 and then a short jaunt up 75 to Sawmill Station. For us, we were also able to check in and get our room situated for the night. Normally, you're supposed to stay in Chalice. However, due to the Braun Brothers Music Festival, our reservation got canceled. The guy at Sawmill Station is also a fellow dirt biker, and he went out of his way to make sure we had a place to stay for the night. So we're very appreciative to him and the arrangements that he made for us. However, it was a pretty good penalty for us, as we had to ride an extra 25 miles to end day 4 and an extra 25 miles to start day 5, and it was all slab. So after getting lunch and getting ourselves situated, we were off to challenge point 7. Just a short jaunt down Highway 75. We picked up Thompson Creek Road. Up Thompson Creek Road for a good little bit, and then we picked up the 5-mile Creek Trail. 5-mile Creek Trail, it was a short climb to challenge point 7, Thompson Cinnabar Meadow.
Stay straight. So we're descending off Railroad Ridge. Gonna take 2 tracks, about half of it, and then it turns into a single track. I think it's French Creek Trail. Alright, we are on the French Creek Trail still.
Not far from the Thompson Cinnabar Meadow challenge point, riders have the option to accomplish the Day 4 challenge section, Custer Lookout. Although we would love to go check out the lookout, we determined it just wasn't worth the risk on a fully loaded tour bike. So instead, we continued down 5 Mile Creek until it intersected with the Custer Motorway. We turned right on the Custer Motorway, headed for our next single track of the day, McKay 11. We had the option to do the second bonus section for Day 4, which we had done last year, which is a 13-mile out and back. But since we have to do the extra mileage to get back to Sawmill Station, we decided to pass on accomplishing the second bonus section. The McKay 11 trail quickly turned into the Squaw Creek Trail. Both were very fun trails and would be the last single track for the day. We had elected to do the third bonus section for Day 4. The third bonus section comprised of various ATV trails. As you can tell from our track, ATV trails are abundant in this area, and we made a few wrong turns while completing the bonus section. But we corrected every mistake by backtracking and satisfactorily completed our second bonus section of the day. After completing the second Day 4 bonus section, we were off to Ramshorn Mountain and our final challenge point of the day. We'd go by Little Bay Horse Lake, again on various ATV trails, up to the challenge point at Ramshorn.
Alright, left turn, that's the exit to Custer Lookout. And this is the 5 Mile Creek Trail. If I remember, it's pretty sporty. I remember it being a little sporty down there. Yeah. Alright, we finished 5 Mile Trail. Got the battery died.
Ram's Horn was the final challenge point for the day. So now it'd still be a long series of ATV trails to descend off the mountain. We would take the Keystone Ram's Horn Trail down the hill to the Lombard Trail. Luckily, Martin had contacted us earlier and authorized us to descend off the mountain down Birch Canyon, which allowed us to bypass going into Chalice with the Braun Brothers reunion going. Once we descended off the canyon, we were back on the highway, and it was just a long 25-mile road rip back to Sawmill.
We completed the second bonus section of the day, the 4DD bonus section. We just got our last challenge point at Ram's Horn Mountain, and now we're just on the final stretch back to the motel. Since we're staying at Sawmill, Martin authorized us to pull off on a little earlier canyon since we don't have to go to Chalice. But we're still getting penalized, you know, the mileage. But at least it was nice having him to let us pull off a little bit.